Hello there, what's up? How are you doing? My name is Maggie, and today we are going to redesign an album cover. A little bit about me. I'm a graphic designer currently based and working in New York City from home because there's a pandemic still happening. So I got a little bit burnt out on design recently due to life and work and just the state of everything, which happens all the time. Whether you're a student, whether you're a designer doing client work, or working freelance, it happens to all of us, and that is fine. We all deal with it differently. Some people have to quit cold turkey, not do anything creative for a while, and just take a break. For me, I kind of have to explore different medium, different outlets that I guess they activate different parts of my brain and get me thinking without all the pressure of deadlines and rules and whatnot. Anyway, I started sketching on Procreate, which is my favorite drawing app on the iPad, and what started as just a simple sketch of Debbie Harry turned into an album cover for Blondie's Heart of Glass. I didn't choose this for any reason besides the fact that I just love Blondie. I love that type of music. I love album design. Even though it's not my bread and butter work that I do, I'm more of a information designer. I can elaborate on that later if I ever talk about my client work, but basically it was just for fun. But it did inspire me to keep making and to maybe put out a series of these because they were just so fun, and it actually got me kind of more focused back on my work and thinking about different ways to approach my design work. So today, that is what we're doing. I'm going to take you down my little process path to a final design, and you are absolutely welcome to design along with me if you want, or use this as an inspiration. This is just for fun, and I'm glad you're here to watch and participate with me. So my rules for this project, to keep in vein with the theme, but also keep things kind of loose, are 1. Pick a female artist or band, or a group that features a predominant female member, like Blondie. 2, pick a group or song that is from the late 70s, early 80s, kind of punk, post-punk, rock genres. And then 3 is to pick a song that does not have a pretty recognizable cover already. So that's where we are. And today I have already chosen the Runaways, which are such a historic, fun group. Also, what a fun movie with Kristen Stewart and Dakota Fanning. That wasn't Twilight. Except I also love Twilight, so. So we are going to do Cherry Bomb, which is probably like Heart of Glass for Blondie, their most recognizable song. But when I was looking up the single, the coolest one was the Japanese release. Guess just Japan had better designers than like the low budget 70s producers, whatever. But I was a little inspired by it. I'm not totally gonna forget them, but we're also just gonna totally redesign it because I think it needs something cooler. So anyway, I usually go through and sketch a lot of stuff out on paper, but lately I've just been kind of like going for it and just putting stuff in Photoshop and then rearranging things, and it's actually helped me to move faster. Let's get started. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so we can look at Pinterest together, also my color palette generator, and and eventually my Photoshop board. Feel free to grab a sketchbook, grab your own artboard on Illustrator or Photoshop or Procreate, and sketch along with me. And hopefully I'll give you some tips on how to get inspired when you are not at all. Step number 1 is always Pinterest. And I'm just kidding, it's not actually Pinterest, it's research. But I usually go to Pinterest because it seems to filter out a lot of the garbage that's in Google Images. To each their own, but I'm going to start with Pinterest and just see what we can find here. Whenever you are working with a client, whether you're familiar with them or not, it's always important to get an idea of what kind of style they may be going for based on their brand. But anyway, I'm going to type in the Runaways. Here we go. This is the Japanese cover I was talking about. That was probably the best single cover I could find for this song. And it's really cool, but it's also not I don't know, it seems more Madonna than Runaways to me. But I know they were trying to appeal to a different audience, that's fine. I like this pink and yellow motif. I think we're just gonna try to find different shades and tailor this more to their personal style. This is one of their album covers. Still not the strongest design, but you can still tell they're a lot grittier. They like black, not bubblegum pink. I also love, I'm gonna have to find this photo of Sherry Curry with the legs, because their thing was these giant glam rock boots. Majorly iconic. Cool, okay, and as for type, I have some ideas. You know, I've already kind of compiled a bunch of random mood boards for just projects that I've never seen come to full fruition, but definitely spend time looking through resources like Pinterest. I know that they get a lot of flack, or a lot of people like meme on Pinterest for being a really basic social media platform, but I don't care. Okay, lately I've really been enjoying type that's still legible, but definitely borders on legibility and basically just big fat design blocks. Like, they're just really pretty. There's something about this I love. But yeah, I've been exploring some different type foundries that are kind of going with this general thing. I'm basically just going to be modernizing the Runaways' album design. Like, maybe if they were still making the same music and message in 2020 that they were back in the 70s, what would the album design maybe look like? So we're gonna be definitely paying attention to what their brand is then, but tweak it to look a little more appealing today, or appealing at all, because I still think as a band they deserved better design. Okay, my step 2 in getting inspired is to find a nice color palette. Probably the most essential thing that a lot of designers maybe don't do immediately, because sometimes I think the design informs the colors and other things like that later. But I think for right now, since we already have an idea in mind of what kind of band and project we are working on, it's good to go ahead and get colors down. So I use an app called Coolors. You can visit their website at coolors.co, which I will link in my description for anyone who's interested. They just have a really nice interface helping you find complementary colors. I'm literally just hitting my space bar and it's generating all these cool palettes, but I already have some colors in mind and I want to keep the palette pretty limited. I'm gonna break it down to, I think, 4 colors. I really like this red. I want to bring red in because it's cherry bomb, why not, you know? So if you already have a color that you're looking to pair with other strong colors, this is an incredible app for that. I already cheated and found my palette, but I did use Coolors to generate it. I knew I wanted red and yellow, but I couldn't get rid of the pink. I think it's gonna be really bold with these just 4 colors, maybe even just use black as an accent, not even the main color. I think there's a lot we can do with this palette, and I'm excited. Let's try it out. So, we're gonna start a new artboard. I just kind of picked like 5 by 5 inch at 300 pixels. Artboard, pretty standard, RGB, since this is not actually getting printed. Cool. Okay, I already have our library imported here of colors. It's not grouped. My organization in Photoshop is so awful, come at me. It's fine, but basically we're gonna start by getting just a new background color. Getting this white just out of my mind. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead, lock this boy, start playing with type. See, I like this really bold, big bold type is where I'm trying to go. But I still want our funky bordering legibility type. That is my goal. I want the type to really be the focal point because my last one was very illustration heavy, and I think I'm really feeling big fat type. I like her. Kind of feels Western, but in a very 70s way. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, this is actually it. This is the one. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with like red. Oh wow. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so I don't want it to just be the only big type block here, so I kind of want to bring in like big squares. Kind of looks like Burger King, doesn't it? We're gonna fix it, don't worry. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do is basically build our composition around this big old block. It's a single, it's not a whole conceptual album. I think it's cool to focus on one song. Definitely see some colors changing here, but I like this red on pink, referencing a lot of vintage design styles. I think it works really well with our 70s line of branding, but we still gotta make this more punk. I'm feeling these polygons. Ooh, yeah, I've been playing with this already in another project. Wow, that's actually pretty funky graphic. Holy. I think we found the sweet spot. That's, bro. Ha! Can't spell. This is the same font as the one below, but it looks kind of corny. This looks like 1971 Burger King, which is not necessarily bad. If we know that, we have to just tweak it. I think we need a secondary type. Maybe this is, I think, a slab serif. I think I want to use a strong sans serif. Maybe. Ooh, see what I mean already? This black and red and pink and yellow, just like. Okay, what is this? Poplar STD. Yeah, this is a new one I've looked into, and I like this a lot. I'm just gonna mess around with the kerning a bit. What I really know I want to put in here is Cherry Curry's legs, because those are amazing. So let's go find those on the internet. Okay, we got Cherry Curry here. I think we can really focus in on the boots here, because obviously that's like the most badass part of this fit she's got going here. But so that we don't just totally steal this photo, we're going to change this up enough to where, you know, I feel like I put enough of my hand on this design to where I'm not just taking another person's art and slapping type over it. Of course, I would be a lot more particular about this if this was real client work or if I was going to make money off of this design, but this is just for fun. Either way, I'm still going to practice being a good designer and alter this enough to where it feels more part of my design and not the photographer's work. So we're gonna go ahead and cut her out. Kind of sped through that because I can get really boring and tedious, but yeah, so this is our headless Cherry Curry. I don't think we're going to use her whole body anyway. We really want to focus on these boots. I definitely don't want them this color as the original photo. I want them to fit into the 4-color palette we have. I actually use a template, which makes things a lot easier, from this company called True Grit Texture Supply. They have a zine machine that I already purchased. It contains a whole bunch of different textures that look like screen prints that I just love. So I'm gonna find one of these treatments to kind of fit our nice legs. We're also going to duotone it. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna mask that down to where it's just covering this, and then we'll go in and edit it to fit our color palette that we already have. Boom, look at that. So I'm gonna go back to our zine machine and go through these halftone patterns. Honestly, it really depends with these on how it looks on the photo you've chosen, but we'll just pick one. Pop it in right here, boom. Make sure you add your clipping masks, dude. Like, oh my gosh. So, I kind of like this. I think we could maybe boost the contrast on this though. Cool. We're definitely gonna fix this composition a little more later, but I want to add some other type that I know I want in here. So if you've ever listened to this song, kind of goes cherry bomb. I want to put the in kind of as a fun little graphic element. So I looked it up and it's 6 chutches. I want to bring in the black somehow. We'll make that happen, but I'm gonna go take a break real fast, and yeah, we'll see where this goes from here. Stay hydrated, folks.
Let's bring the Runaways over, and then I'm gonna try something with our legs because I like this treatment mostly. It's gonna make a huge difference. Okay, already I think this is going to help us. Yeah, I mean, we're getting somewhere.
I don't know, I like this too. And that also kind of helps with some of the legibility issues we were having. And man, that definitely really does customize an existing design element. Let's keep going. Alright, I'm back. I actually went to go get some pizza down the street and I got poured on, so my shirt's a little bit wet, but it's okay because while I was eating my pizza, I think I came to our solution, and I'm about to show you guys where I've landed, and I feel pretty good about. Sorry I didn't screen record all of it. I really didn't think I was gonna make that much progress, but here we are. So from last time we were here, Cherry Bomb was a lot bigger. I shrunk it down in a hopefully attempt to make it a little more legible. Totally cut out the highlight portion of the legs and boots so you can still see the text through, and it looks like an over printed screen print. Also brought down the Runaways. I did like a repeat little die cut thing and then continued with our halftone theme. But I'm really happy with where it is. And I know it's going to look a lot better once I mock it up for you guys. So as I was mocking this up, I was like, okay, we just need to go ahead and make a back. I decided to pull some of my own 45 to look at some good back design. A lot of these are kind of not bootlegs, but not exactly super thought out designs. I don't know, I feel like that's a common thing with singles, and I kind of hate that. For example, I have this white stripes record and ignore the water damage I have on it. But I mean, look at this type. It's just boring. The coolest one I have is this REM single. And oh my gosh, sorry, the day has passed and my natural lighting has gone away, so it might be a little intense lighting right now. But I have this Superman single from REM. And I really like the way the type interacts with the whole new back design, which the front is a lot more basic than our design. And then the back we have a more intricate design, which is kind of nice. I think we're gonna do an inverse of that because our front design is a lot more complicated. And then maybe we will make it a little simpler on the back, but tie in some themes from the front. We'll just put him right here, or her, or I don't know. Anyway, so kind of thinking we just take the same solid background. I was thinking of switching it, but I don't know. I kind of like how simple this is. Ooh, okay, so I just found this song was recorded under Mercury Records. Well, I don't fully know who has the rights to it these days, but I really like the Mercury logo, so we're just gonna stick it on there and pretend in this universe where this record exists that Mercury still owns the rights to it. Of course, it's not a PNG. Sometimes you just gotta go back to the basics and just use Helvetica. Even though I overused it in college, but it's fine. Okay, now for fun, I think we should add a little barcode. Ba-doop. Wait, hang on. Should we do a barcode, or is it more like punk rock to not have a barcode? We're gonna do it. We're going to do it. I think that's pretty good. And I mean, no one's really that picky but me, so I'm just gonna 1 pixel this and whoop, pixel perfect. Least favorite term in design school. Alright. Okay, I think I know one more thing we can do to really tie the front in with the back. Put her literally at the bottom, except for the— oh my goodness, she's gorgeous. She's so gorgeous. Alright, I think this is it. This is our design. And yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out. I will mock them up for you right here. Yeah, thanks for joining me. This has been really fun. I hope I can keep making content like this because I definitely will be making and designing for the rest of my life. So if you enjoyed this, please like my video, please comment, please give me tips and suggestions because of course this is my first video. Feel free to subscribe, especially if you want to see more of this, because I think I've enjoyed this a lot. I think I'm gonna keep some content coming. Also, if you decided to get inspired by my video and make your own design, please, please, please send it to me on Instagram. I'm pretty much the same on everything, which is Hubbard, at least for now. I will also start sharing my personal portfolio and website with you guys soon. I'm actually currently going through a major rebrand, so my website is pretty much just a looping GIF right now. But anyway, have a good one, stay safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, send a letter, take care of yourself. Bye!